and the amount of servitude that we can.
They refuse to acknowledge it because they some simps. And then if they child say they're doing something wrong, they refuse to acknowledge it because they're fucking kids. They're not going to actually be able to sit. They sit in shit and they smell themselves and it starts to smell like musk, Egyptian musk, and they think it smells fantastic. So there's nothing there. Like I said, what I said on you the other day to you, the only time they actually understand anything is when they're actually in a place of vulnerability. And that's when they go to prison. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. I don't have nothing else, because that's when violence actually is an issue. When they literally know that they're in a position where they have to fight for their life. That part. And unfortunately, a lot of people are only going to think that I'm speaking of sex, which is odd.
Wow.
And check that, because that's odd, because there's far more things that can happen to you behind those bars. But okay, if that's what you need in order to understand that that's where your vulnerability lies in regards to your quote unquote or less lack thereof of manhood, then okay, go for it. But that's the only time they truly understand that part, where they're actually able to sit in it and wake up, or maybe jolt themselves and, oh, this is what she meant. But the second that they're free, that's over with. So, but I feel you, Swan. I feel you. This is, I wasn't really paying attention after a while, to the audio. Well, no, the audio I did listen to, but then after a while I stopped because I had to get dressed and get ready. And I've been thinking a lot, well, not a lot, because it's only been a couple minutes, but the fact is this, the dick swinging contest that's happening right now is really starting to piss me off. This has absolutely nothing to do with anyone that said anything that Friday up on Solids Live. It has absolutely nothing to do with anyone that came up there on Jones's Live day before yesterday or whatever that happened. This has to do with you hate Jones. That's it. That's it. That's it. It has nothing to do with any of us. You hate Jones. Anybody that got a problem with fucking Jones, they would do whatever it is they need to do to get him off the app. The fact is, Solid, bro, Eminem Danger. I always fuck with Eminem Danger, but the fact is, bro, you keep saying, I'm gonna get you off this app. And that's exactly what your focus is. Because I have seen Solid in other spaces. Solid, I mean, if you hated the motherfucker that much, he done rattled your spirit that much, you got a car, you could drive down, you could have punched him in his fucking throat. Because it's not just women on the app that have been harmed. I bet you there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers down where he lived that are scared to death because he exists. Just like every other woman that's scared to death when they leave their house because a man is there. If you was really serious about getting him out of here, really serious about getting, you could have got him out of here when you knew he was a thief, because a thief is a liar. And if he lies to you, what the fuck you think he'll do to me? I'm a woman. But I digress. Y'all got it. I gotta go.
I want to ask.
So, really serious about getting, you could have got out of here when you knew he was a thief, because a thief is a liar. And if he lies to you, what the fuck you think he'll do to me? I'm a woman. But I digress. Y'all got it. I gotta go.
I want to ask what you said, Mimi.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No problem. I'll talk to y'all later.
I think Observant had a question too.
I just wanted to.
But I digress. Y'all got it. I gotta go.
I want to ask what you said, Mimi.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No problem. I'll talk to y'all later.
I think Observant had a question too.
I just wanted to follow up on what Black Swan said and just ask the question. Black Swan, do you think it's about protecting women, or do you think it's about his ego and the fact that Queen and Wawa bruised it? Because the way that he approached some business for Black femmes and women and femme presenting people, Um, I don't think it had anything to do with Peach. I don't think it had anything to do with protecting his friend. Like yesterday in his live, he said that he was only protecting Peach, but the last time I checked, Mimi was his friend. I think he got into his feelings. And then when he realized that he was fucking up, he tried to cover it up by taking accountability for a situation that was unrelated to his behavior in Yunti's live. And then when them presenting people were in his comments, and even you got onto the panel and explained to him what he was doing wrong, after all of his vaunted, I support black women, off base, and you can be mad at Mr. Jones for his behavior, but if you are eliciting the same responses from black women, if you are using the same actions, if you are being dismissive in the camera when people are trying to bring an issue to you, and all you can do is act like a petulant child, that is not somebody who's an activist. It's not somebody that I want leading any groups within our community. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
It was ego. It was definitely ego, because the minute Peach and Mimi said, yo, you got to stop. Like I said, I missed that portion. But the minute that they would have said, you got to stop, chill out, like this is not for you to deal with, then that's when he shouldn't have even joined the panel. It wasn't a situation where he needed to actually join the panel. And I think that y'all were right in saying that, like, he didn't necessarily know if y'all had conversations with Peach or whatever the case was, right? Y'all were all up there talking about what needed to be talked about. It was 100% ego. And this is, and Mimi's 100% correct. I think we have seen all of this play out, and we've seen that he's upset about his friends being harmed. And that's okay. But I think because of the amount of frustration that there is there with Mr. Jones, it is starting to get to the point where now it's kind of seeping out. You can't get to Jones, maybe, and this is just my observation, but maybe those emotions are starting to come out. It could be intentional or unintentional. It doesn't matter, because the impact is what really matters. But now the anger is being displaced, and you're displacing it in causing the very harm that you say that you are against. And that's an issue that has to be talked about. I think, like, I don't know if I said this earlier, but like when we talk to white people about racism, like their ability to self-reflect is so important. I remember watching, I call her Mushy. This is just an example, Mishi or whatever. She was on a panel talking about deconstructing, and she said, I get so frustrated because sometimes I don't know if what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes people will tell me, hey, you're a YT woman, speak up. Hey, you're a YT woman, don't speak up. And my thing is this: if you really can't stand in the paint, then back off. Mishi, what you just told all the black people in here is that you don't care to prioritize their humanity. You want to prioritize your own emotional comfort. And that is a problem. And that is the same thing that we are seeing from men when they try to jump into these conversations and then think that they're going to be helpful. They're not. They're not. Like you cannot overstep what your friends are telling you. Like, hey, back off. Stop. I can do this. I can make this decision on my own. And I think that that's something that's missed, is that level of self-reflection. He has to self-reflect on this. He has to. And we get to this, we do this type of thing where we're like on my panel, I don't allow this, but y'all know how you see a YT person address another YT person on a panel. The reason why I don't allow that is because then it is performative, right? You're doing all this because you're going to be validated in some way, shape, or form. People are going to look up to that. I mean, it's mostly like, they're going to look up to that. They're going to be thinking to themselves like, oh, you know what? This is cool. We got this YT person addressing that YT person. But sometimes that YT person is not up there because they know it's the right thing to do. Sometimes they're up there because they don't want you to expose YT people. It could be that. They don't want you to embarrass YT people, right? They don't want you to ruin it so that they can no longer be in these spaces, right? What it really should be is that individual not even being seen or heard around black people, but you doing your deconstruction and taking it back to your community. You don't need to get on a panel and it could be that they don't want you to embarrass YC people, right? They don't want you to ruin it so that they can no longer be in these spaces, right? What it really should be is that individual not even being seen or heard around Black people, but you doing your deconstruction and taking it back to your community. You don't need to get on a panel and put on a show, right? Like that's not how these things work. And what ends up happening is they get hooked on that, right? And then when it comes time for them to hold themselves accountable, we see the same reaction. And that's literally what it played out last night. We literally saw the same reaction. And it's very frustrating. It is very frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I have love for Solid. I do. But last night was out of line. It was out of line. It was out of line. It hurt. It literally like pissed me off when he said reactive abuse. That shit tore into me because that was way too far. People that call out Black women and their actions do that shit to disarm us so that they can then control the conversation. And it happens to us all the time. And it has to stop. It has to stop. It has to.
I say, I'm sick of people hiding behind their friends because when asked directly if he could articulate what the issue was with his friends, and if y'all are calling out anti-Blackness and people that are not Black harm, then yes, I'm harmful because I'm going to do that every time. And if your friend can host a fucking live for fucking weeks and have these motherfuckers going after Black women, then I am harmful because I'm going to call it out. And tell your people to stay the fuck away from me. Because I'm going to call out... The whole reason we get here, if you heard the clip earlier, is because I said this 2 fucking years ago. I'm not going to meet bigotry with bigotry, and I'm going to correct anti-Blackness all the time. I don't give a fuck if you like these people. Banana is not Black. You don't get to cancel Black people. You don't get to fucking get in lives and talk about Black women's features. You don't get to do none of that shit in my vicinity. And if that hurts Solid's feelings, fuck him and his feelings. If you ain't gonna, I'll protect mine.
That Banana's feelings were hurt, and that and everyone was saying like, oh well, you said and the Bananas was white, and but we're talking about the anti-Blackness too. And
If Peach really had an issue, couldn't she have said something herself?
yes, but that's the thing, because he was trying to make it seem like that's what was happening, and that's why I wanted to have a conversation with Peach, because that's what he said. He made it seem as though he made a comment like, did Peach tell you that they were safe in that live? He was just going around the bush to try to make it seem like I came in there for my friend because my friend asked for me or needed me, and I'm not going to discuss that with y'all, but it's not y'all business type thing. But I also felt like it was just an excuse because, like Wawa said, if you just don't fuck with us, just say that. But I can at least appreciate people like Swan and Mimi or anybody else that's like, you know what? I can recognize that this was wrong, but they're still my friend because they can recognize what's happening here. I'm not on a campaign. I'm not saying don't talk to him. I'm not even questioning whether or not he's knowledgeable or whether or not his spaces are educational. I'm talking about the fact that you did something that you said that you didn't do. And then you made these comments about us. You are on an active campaign to make sure that people stay away from us based off of a personal issue that you had, which isn't even based in reality. It's based in your inability to take accountability. So just because your feelings were hurt and your ego was bruised because you did not like the fact that you were being held accountable does not mean that somebody is disparaging you, and it does not mean that you were attacked. So when I say that some Black men react just like fucking white women when they're being held accountable, I mean it, because you ain't no different than that bitch that was on camera falling out on the Victoria's Secret floor, screaming and kicking. You don't like me because you was faced with accountability that you were not ready to take. So you labeled us as as angry Black women and said that we attacked you. And then you compared me to trauma and abuse that you suffered at the hands of your ex-wife. Knowing that that was appeal to fucking emotion to try to get people riled up to make it seem like I was dismissing your fucking trauma. How the fuck am I supposed to know? I don't know you or your fucking ex-wife. And in me holding you accountable, remind you, everybody heard the fucking clip. Nobody was even hollering but you. Nobody was interrupting but you. You were doing exactly what you were doing 3 years ago. Making faces in the camera, taking little quips and expecting me not to say nothing. And then when I finally get done with the fact that you keep taking cheap shots, then you said to me and let a white man say to me, calm down.
Yes, you did. And can we go back to that, though? Can we go back to the fact that Solid said she triggers him like his ex-wife? And y'all, I'm sorry, but anybody that was in the comments and acted like that was something that is her responsibility, fuck you. And get out of these boxes and stop acting like you an advocate for any fucking thing. Because his trauma and his triggers are his own, and she does not get harmed because of his shit. He needs to go to therapy. He needs to deal with that. He doesn't get to bleed on no fucking body because of that. I have trauma. I have triggers. I have all of that. I don't make that nobody's responsibility. That's bullshit. That was insane. And if you don't think it was insane, you need to go open a DSM because that's fucking stop acting like you an advocate for any fucking thing. Because his trauma and his triggers are his own and she does not get harmed because of his shit. He needs to go to therapy. He needs to deal with that. He doesn't get to bleed on no fucking body because of that. I have trauma. I have triggers. I have all of that. I don't make that nobody's responsibility. That's bullshit. That was insane. And if you don't think it was insane, you need to go open a DSM because that's fucking manipulative and that's abusive.
Yeah, that was weird as fuck to say.
And I'm still
Correct.
standing on the motherfucking definition of reactive.
And didn't he say,
Reactive
We
oh,
need.
sorry.
abuse is not what you called it. Sorry, Indica. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, didn't he say fuck, what was just said before that?
The wife and the hey Queen Matson, I'm glad you're
Oh,
here.
and then he
The
wanna
wife,
say
yeah.
like, oh, so other people's trauma just isn't it just doesn't matter. Like, how the fuck did you get that from all that? Just because like your manipulation did not work does not mean trauma does not matter. It's whenever you're using this to like get out of something, it seems like.
Well, Queen
Yeah,
clocked him
there's so
too.
many. I did. I said that. Yep, I sure did observe, and I was like, I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me any kind of way. So if that is what you're referring to, because you can see in the recording that there was multiple times of over talking. There was the thing that people do with the self-deprecation, like, oh, I guess I'm just a bad person. Oh, I guess it's just everybody fucks solid then. Oh, I guess no one, people are going to react to that. And sometimes I feel as though people referring to, because you can see in the recording that there was multiple times of over talking. There was the thing that people do with the self-deprecation, like, oh, I guess I'm just a bad person. Oh, I guess it's just everybody fucks solid then. Oh, I guess no one, people are going to react to that. And sometimes I feel as though people, that's what they expect so that you can have an excuse to get out of the conversation. Avoiding a conversation with someone that you did something to is not protecting your peace. It is a scared person. Oh, I guess it's just everybody fucks solid then. Oh, I guess no one, people are going to react to that. And sometimes I feel as though people, that's what they expect so that you can have an excuse to get out of the conversation. Avoiding a conversation with someone that you did something to is not protecting your peace. It is escaping accountability. And people get on TikTok and they learn these new fancy fucking terms and words and y'all use them to your advantage because you have other emotions. That's what they expect so that you can have an excuse to get out of the conversation. Avoiding a conversation with someone that you did something to is not protecting your peace. It is escaping accountability. And people get on TikTok and they learn these new fancy fucking terms and words and y'all use them to your advantage because you have other emotions.
What about Queen?
So you mean to tell me, hold on, so y'all just go ahead and connect this dot. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all got that shit in common because I allegedly triggered Jones like his ex-wife too. Okay?
Oh, that
Y'all
was
got
said
shit
to
in
you.
common.
So do
Wow.
they just have the
Yes.
same script that they all read
Yes.
off of when they getting called out? Is that
Yeah,
what you
that's
saying?
why I
Mimi?
said
They got the
that's
same
wow.
they got the same
That's
words.
what
why
the
I
fuck
said,
it
wait a
is.
minute, are y'all talking about me?
No, Mimi, he said that to me last night in his live.
Yup, he said that she triggered him
Oh.
like his ex-wife, and that's why he reacts the way he does. And I said, "Excuse the fuck out of me, nigga. What did you just say? And why is that her fucking problem?" And everybody, oh, he can have, you can have trauma, but you don't get to bleed on other people as a result. And
Oh,
I
so
think that y'all
we
been
just
confused by that.
recycling. So we just recycling.
Yeah, that's why when I said and I wrote in the comments, wait a minute, are y'all talking about me now? When Jones said that about me?
No,
Y'all
that
got
was
it.
said to me. Yes, that's very
can't. This
strange.
is
No, I
ridiculous.
feel you because I'm speechless because no, that is very strange because it's definitely giving what can I say to get the same reaction that someone else got when they didn't want to take accountability. So I'm gonna try it and see if it works for me.
But anyway, before we go on, Solomon only has a couple of minutes. Solomon,
Oh, go
I wanted
ahead.
to know, and you don't have to say it here if you don't want to. If you want to wait until it's just a smaller group, whatever. You said Banana was part of the reason you got off the app. What the fuck happened there? And how come I don't know? You don't do shit to nobody. You was hosting mental health safe spaces and stuff for men. Like what?
I know. So this happened 2 years around, I think it was in November. And I was in a space and I forgot what we were talking about, but I think it was on number. And I was in a space and I forgot what we were talking about, but I think it was on the lines of Thanksgiving. It was on Thanksgiving. We were talking about how YT people would have their belief systems of Thanksgiving and their white. We were talking about how white people would have their belief systems of Thanksgiving and their white supremacist beliefs. The minute I was about to stand my point why that was wrong, Banana came in and just literally jumped down my throat. And this wasn't the first time this occurred. This occurred multiple times. And again, mind you, I have no interaction with them. I don't know anything about them, only for the fact that at that time they were connected with Liv. And every single time, and it was just strictly directed towards me. I don't know why, but it kept happening, and it just felt like, damn, like no one, at that time I felt like very hurt. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, man, where is everybody? And at that time I was, very confused because, I don't really talk too much, mainly on the mental health stuff. I usually stay in my lane. And then when this occurred, it really made me, it messed me up. There was a couple other things, the reason why I got off the app, but that was definitely one of three things. But that particular situation was like really weird. And it wasn't until for me getting off the app and really process, I really had to realize that, what? This person that was saying these things clearly should not be on the app with Black people, because every single time when we talk about white supremacy with certain people, this particular person, Banana, would just jump off the rails and just attack people. And I've seen this only from my own experience, and I'm hearing it with other people. And the irony behind all of this is that I keep hearing that they are making it feel like that they're the ones that's being attacked and blamed, and we call that as DARVO. And that's why I put in the term DARVO: denied, attack, revolt, reverse, victim, and offend. So this was the reason why I had to get off the app, was because this person was just a weird situation. Again, no interaction with them. I don't really even know them, only for the fact that they were in certain spaces with Black people. And maybe because I'm not like a big influencer, maybe it's simply that I stay in my lane, that was their opportunity to jump down my throat. But I'm here I kept it quiet for the longest because I was like, what, it's done and over with. But now that I'm hearing that other people and Black women are being attacked, I said, what, enough is enough. I have to share my story, because this is wild. This is wild that this person is still in the app. As a matter of fact, we're able to push other people to the side, but this person is still for some reason here. And that's all I have to say. That was my experience, and this person gotta go. So let me drop down, but I thank you guys for letting me share.
That when Solomon said that the other day, I was like, damn, I didn't know, because we knew Solomon at the time. Solomon was hosting.
We were in the live.
That when Solomon said that the other day, I was like, damn, I didn't know, because we knew Solomon at the time. Solomon was hosting.
We were in the live, and I don't remember if Misha was there live when people were coming up saying that Banana had called them a P3DO, a Black man.
Yes, I was there. And also I was there when you finally tried to talk. I believe it was in AJ Versace
saying that Banana had called them a P3DO, a Black man.
Yes, I was there. And also I was there when you finally tried to talk. I believe it was in AJ Versace's live, and then Cowgirls live, because they Banana dropped and wouldn't speak to you because you were trying to hold her them accountable for the whole Black AJ Versace's live, and then Cowgirls live, because they Banana dropped and wouldn't speak to you because you were trying to hold her them accountable for the whole Black Wing thing, because Black Wing basically said some things that were anti-indigenous, but you were like, okay, we handled that. Whatever. Them accountable for the whole Black Wing thing, because Black Wing basically said some things that were anti-indigenous, but you were like, okay, we handled that, whatever. But you think you should be the one to do this. You think you should be the one to hold this space, and that's not okay.
Yeah, that's all like
Anytime
that.
somebody says something anti-black, you're nowhere to be found.
Correct. Or you committing the anti-blackness on your own. And that's my thing. Like, that didn't get addressed, and surprisingly and ironically, nobody hears it. So when you're saying like, oh, you harm my friend, and you're recalling a maybe, possibly, don't remember when I said that they were white when they are indigenous, but the long list of people that have come forward to say this person was anti-black towards me, they called me this, and then one of the worst infractions was calling a black man a P3DO with no evidence, and then putting up a black woman's picture in your background calling white when they are indigenous. But the long list of people that have come forward to say this person was anti-black towards me, they called me this, and then one of the worst infractions was calling a black man a P3DO with no evidence, and then putting up a black woman's picture in your background calling her a gremlin, not to mention any of the alleged doxing that you may or may not have been a part of regarding black women. But these things are not seen. But yet you see who's being platformed, and you see who is in lives with certain people. You can see who was let up in the panel. You can see who's on there to debate, but you can't, you may or may not have been a part of regarding black women. But these things are not seen. But yet you see who's being platformed, and you see who is in lives with certain people. You can see who was let up in the panel. You can see who's on there to debate, but you can't see your friend that you have a phone number for doing anti-blackness.
Not even just that.
Are you
What did you say
sure?
last night? I'm a messenger. Or them.
Or doing anti-blackness.
Not even just that.
Are you
What did you say
sure?
last night? I'm a messenger. Or them. I'm a message them.
I'm texting them right now.
I'm gonna text them.
And I was
That's what they
talking
get.
for fun.
I get a public call out for some shit 2 years ago that had nothing to do with me. It's still
Can't see your friend that you have a phone number for doing anti-blackness.
not even just that.
Are you
What did you say
sure?
last night? I'm a messenger. Or them. I'm a message them.
I'm texting them right now.
I'm gonna text them.
And I was
That's what they
talking for
get.
fun.
I get a public call out for some shit 2 years ago that had nothing to do with me, and still I didn't do shit wrong. But Banana gets the benefit. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That proximity to whiteness helps them. They will never be a black woman, and they will never know what my walking life is like. And y'all will always try and comfort someone the closer they are, and the closer in proximity to whiteness they are.
All right.
And I'm not gonna let y'all gaslight me like it's not the truth. They're not.
And that's
black.
what I'm saying. Like, you never see these things, right? You never see these things, but you see us doing drama, though. So you's too busy looking at us doing drama that you couldn't see that your friend was going around calling somebody a P3DO unfounded and putting people pictures up and saying that you couldn't see the story that Solomon just told. You didn't see any of that. Why? Because you was too busy watching us be on Messy Talk, or what? Us doing drama, though. So you's too busy looking at us doing drama that you couldn't see that your friend was going around calling somebody a P3DO unfounded and putting people pictures up and saying that they was grandma. Why? Because you was too busy watching us be on Messy Talk, or what?
They hosted when they was trying to cancel Live. You ain't see none of that.
And how you see me if you're not there? What was you doing here? My algorithm is tailored to the shit I be watching.
Even give you an example of why you were so involved in the mess?
And how you see me if you're not there? What was you doing here? My algorithm is tailored to the shit I be watching.
Even give you an example of why you were so involved in the mess and drama involving Banana, but every example is Banana running away from accountability from the things that they say on the internet.
And using
Even give you an example of why you were so involved in the mess and drama involving Banana, but every example is Banana running away from accountability from the things that they say on the internet.
and using black people to shield her from that same accountability. Because why the fuck is Super Solid speaking for you?
And like running.
But every example is Banana running away from accountability from the things that they say on the internet.
And using black people to shield her from that same accountability. Because why the fuck is Super Solid speaking for you?
And like running to speak to you. Like, it's so weird. Like, why do they have y'all in a chokehold so bad to where y'all?
And we got the
gotta run
clips
to
of
the
what happened
defense?
to Solomon.
Wait, what'd you say?
We got the clips
Oh,
of
we
what
do?
happened to
We
Solomon.
got receipts.
Oh,
Quick with it. Y'all are fucking
Yeah.
quick with it.
I'd be mad too, though. I'd be mad too.
Y'all are quick with
Oh,
those
and
receipts. I didn't even know about this until now. See, y'all is doing too much. I didn't even know about this.
And I apologize for misgendering. I meant to say they them. So my apologies.
yeah. It's
I'm
not.
not trying
no, I
to.
apologize.
Said it was me directly to him so that he could no longer say that he wasn't aware or that he was mistaken. But he knew from the very beginning that it was me. You just didn't want to address me on your panel because you and your homeboys know that I have this information. You know that I know that you was up in your live apologizing for watching prawn while you was supposed to be being addressed for your anti-blackness and misogynoir and the sexual comments that you make towards people. Please.
Can I say another
I
thing
won't
that really
talk to me
pissed me
either.
off? Whenever somebody is saying, yeah, if that happened, I'm sorry, as if like you're doubting reality, right? How are you apologizing for a hypothetical in your mind? You know what I mean? It can't be genuine because you don't even fucking believe it to begin with.
Correct. And that's why I said, like, I'm not asking for an apology, but you cannot keep going around saying that I am lying if we've never been able to have a conversation and get together what you feel like wasn't true. And even if we don't have the exact full recording, everything that I said in that recording was exactly everything that I said to him. Everything that I addressed him about yesterday were the same things that I addressed him about in his life. I told you 3 years ago that Christy Lou Who was up there commenting and agreeing with the fact that you were saying COON.
And you let her go down. Oh, Chris, you
And you
don't.
dropped her. Yeah. And then when I tried to address her in the comments because she was still talking shit, you tried to get me to focus. Don't talk to the comments. You're focused on me. Talk to me. You protected her like I said you did. You wouldn't allow us to address her like I said you did. So what did I revise to make you look bad? You made yourself look bad.
Oh, and I want to say this because just like Solace said that Queen reminds him of his ex-wife, and now Mimi, you know, it like Jones said, Mimi reminds him of his ex-wife. There was two people, and they are you know, mutuals, and they said, "Oh yeah, y'all just want your pound of flesh." Again, these are the things that they say over and over again to each other. They are
They got a shared script, Misha. That's what it
yeah,
is.
it's
They got a
shared
word bank
script,
of
bro.
phrases. Oh, I need to say this so that people can feel bad for me or really try to, you know, see where I'm coming from. Like, it's so
Maybe they
It's
got
rehearsed.
a
part of
word of the
the.
day calendar at the fuckboy convention.
It's part of the welcome package for the ain't shit nigga convention for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
For
Gotta be.
sure.
But you know what else? That can't be the reason. I mean, maybe it is the reason, but at the same time, what's the explanation for Ari then? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because Ari was also hurt by actions that took place in another panel, and Ari was not in the wrong with what they were saying. They were just simply explaining something out. I adore Ari. I think she's very intelligent. She definitely keeps very firm boundaries. She, she
I have a
thinks
quick
thoroughly before
question.
what happened?
She was upset because she was like dropped from a panel or something, right?
It was a situation where I can't remember what. Oh, it was like a quote unquote like black discussion. I don't remember exactly what it was that he came up and was angry about, but there was something that she must have said that triggered him. But when he got up there, he just went off on her. And it was like, everybody was just like, whoa, like, what are you doing? You gotta fall back. Like, what are you doing? And it definitely was a reaction. I don't think that it was just unnecessary in the moment. And when people were saying, yo, ease up, like you're doing too much right now, what they're saying is not wrong. There was still a lot of resistance. And I don't even think that from yesterday, it doesn't seem like there was a discussion or anything that, came from that situation. And what I saw yesterday too, I think that this person still, like, I think he's still struggling to really fully acknowledge and grasp and comprehend what took place with Ari, because she was very upset yesterday. She was. And I don't see Ari getting herself involved in anything that's, super like just frivolous. Like, you know what I mean? She's really about she's about the things that she knows and her knowledge. And if she does ever mess up,
Even listening to the live from 3 years ago, it was almost the exact same. Even listening to the live from 3 years ago, it was almost the exact same reaction, same dismissiveness. I also felt like he was maybe being a little dismissive at first to Ari as well by trying to do the whole like. Even listening to the live from 3 years ago, it was almost the exact same reaction, same dismissiveness. I also felt like he was maybe being a little dismissive at first to Ari as well by trying to do the whole like, if you said that, then I'm gonna just take the L. What?
L for them. That's the weird shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I actually care that I hurt you, like, are you just let's talk about earlier, right? It says when I play the clip and you're like, what the fuck? Because you're upset because I didn't play it last night because I
Take the L. What?
L for them. That's the weird shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I actually care that I hurt you, like, are you just let's talk about earlier, right? It says when I play the clip and you're like, what the fuck? Because you're upset because I didn't play it last night because there's a miscommunication. I care about you. So I actually am like, hold on. Let me like have this conversation and be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, it's not about a fucking L for me. Just, let's talk about earlier, right? It says when I play the clip and you're like, what the fuck? Because you're upset because I didn't play it last night because there's a miscommunication. I care about you. So I actually am like, hold on. Let me like have this conversation and be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, it's not about a fucking L for me. I don't give a fuck if y'all was putting L's, W's, sideways, X's in the chat. I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck about our relationship. I give a fuck about the harm. There's a miscommunication. I care about you. So I actually am like, hold on. Let me like have this conversation and be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, it's not about a fucking L for me. I don't give a fuck if y'all was putting L's, W's, sideways, X's in the chat. I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck about our relationship. I give a fuck about the harm I caused you. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think of me. The way y'all are thinking, when y'all talk about these L's and y'all talk about these W's and you say the hashtag this and the hashtag that type of motherfucking stuff. I don't sleep with these comments. I don't do none of that. So when y'all be talking about the numbers, y'all be talking about all this shit, I don't understand. Nobody's like, what the fuck is you talking about? But y'all think that shit that has like, it helps your little ego or something. Like the lack of self-worth that is displayed on this app because y'all need this shit. Y'all need it. Y'all need these motherfuckers to W. Y'all give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. When I started, it was me and my couple people, and it could be me and my couple people to the fucking end. As long as them motherfuckers is solid and not holy, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna be honest, and maybe, it's not my place to say it because I am a light-skinned woman, but have y'all noticed that a lot of these creators always have a problem with dark-skinned black women, and when they're standing in their power and strength? Just, that,
It's just,
that's
it's just,
what I see.
it's the colorism. It's the inherent colorism. That's all it is.
Don't say that.
Wawa, shut
Want to
up.
live and try and convince you colorism is for light-skinned folk. That's what they gonna do.
Yeah, as a light skinned black woman, I do not experience colorism. And that's why I really didn't want to bring that up. But I mean, it's my darker skinned sisters, and I'm always going to be, for them. A woman, it is a darker skinned black woman. That's just what I see from watching these lives and seeing the optics of it. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Messy talk, bro. It's not messy.
Messy talk. It's messy talk now.
Mr. Support White Women.
As soon as you get in the box, it's messy talk.
Oh, she went on teacup. Okay.
Where's Coco at? Coco.
Coco ain't up here. You talking about Black Swan? You talking about Black Swan?
Oh, Black Swan. Black Swan. I mean,
Space.
and how long have you known him? And how long have you known him? Oh, because I was, essentially going to ask because I get you and Sean kind of had an awakening with that discussion last night. I saw that.
Because to me, I'm just like, it was a no-brainer. Like, this person said reactive abuse. Now, we know that we've seen, like, a person who comes into a comment section of another person's live having, like, whatever it is that's going on between the two of them, right? They're saying slick things in the comment section. They're saying this, that, and the third. They're saying this, that, and the third. None of that behavior was to expose that. If that was how she acts.
And did Sean really have an awakening? I feel like maybe Black Swan,
No,
but
he
not
did not.
Sean.
Listen,
I don't think
I'll be
Sean.
honest.
They caped all. She caped all the way to the end. I don't care what nobody.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that Bold asked that question, that Joy commented on this, because we really do need to talk about how these black men put women and femme presenting people in front of them in accountability. Ability.
Then that means that you have to have sorry, hold on. On your actions. You cannot call somebody else out if you're not doing that. So for me as a friend, I'm not going to get up there and coddle it. I'm not going to get up there and try to, whatever. The only reason why I went up onto the panel was because, and I haven't had a conversation with him offline yet, but I could not stand hearing that type of rhetoric towards a black woman once again. Like, I couldn't do it. And I think that I know that they have a very close relationship. I do. But I don't think that all of the translating needed to happen that way. Maybe on the back end. Maybe you two talk about the
translating wasn't even translated. No.
There was at the end. At the end, like a whole misunderstanding too. So that is.
Yeah, it wasn't.
If you look back at it, you can tell that Queen triggers him. You can see that. Although it's written all over his face. That's
Mr. Green. No, I know all that's bullshit in my eyes. You didn't want me up there because you knew that just being able to say somebody is harmful with no explanation. And now that you have that explanation, you see that people get to see me and make their own assessment on if they feel as though I treated you a certain way. And now that we have the recording, I had more patience with him 3 years ago than I did in his live last night. And I had patience with him last night. So you can only imagine the conversation was even more productive and civil 3 years ago. So where are you getting this idea? Only for the simple fact you feel as though people that you like have been harmed. But I never said I didn't cuss out Banana, and I will continue to, because you failed to acknowledge what Banana did to me first.
I gotta pause real quick. I gotta pause real quick. I gotta pause real quick. Off. I don't know why, but if it's glitching, I know there was an update and stuff, so I don't know if you guys might need to update your app or come in and out. I did every time I go on pause for some reason, it completely just turns everything off, even when I come back. So I'll try it and stop. Sorry.
Comes back
I know
again.
there's a glitch.
Hey, Queen.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I want to avoid accountability, I'm going to have no rad speak for me. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to. Yeah, I want. I'm not gonna be messy. Let me shut up.
No, go ahead. It's already happening.
Nah, because baby, you told the truth.
Yeah.
You didn't mean to. That's what you get. That's what you get for trying so hard to be reactive towards me and trying not to take accountability. That you said some shit that didn't. The story ain't adding up.
On the back end, when we're being told that No Rads doesn't live with Jones anymore.
Yeah, how that happen?
He said that last night in his live, so that is weird.
And then,
Sure the fuck did.
how that happen?
How he can hand her a phone? How can he hand her a phone?
If you don't know where he at, you decided to make a video. Nobody told you to do that. Make no video. Talking about I don't know what Jones is. Don't stop asking me about Jones. I haven't seen Jones. I don't talk to Jones. How you hand the phone?
No, they said that last night, and I told you there were people in my live saying that they were deleting comments because people clocked that the bedroom was the same. They said that's the same bedroom y'all was living together in. And then Solid said what Solid said last night. I said, oh, so them black women that was saying it was the same and was getting muted wasn't lying. Okay.
And that's why I said what I said, and that's what I'm saying. It's really hard. It's just an age-old thing. And I also do want to have a conversation with Sean at some point because I don't like that. I don't like when I ask a question and I say, we're at an impasse because he keeps saying that I'm not telling the truth and I'm misrepresenting him and that that's causing him harm. But I'm telling you that that is the number one thing that the person who created the issue is going to say. They always going to say they didn't do it. So where are we at? Believe black women or not? Because that's exactly what he's going to say. So that's not evidence. That's not valid to say, well, I don't like you because you lied on me. Of course, you're going to say that I lied on you when someone is calling you out and saying that you're fake and that you did these things. I'm going to lie by myself. You, Dontrell, King Virgo, screaming at me at the same time. Hell yeah, I was turned up. But y'all never hear the conversations with the other people that were present speak up for these things. I have a problem with Black Historian, but at least Black Historian told the fucking truth about what happened that day and how they reacted and treated me based off of it.
Yeah, Shay told the truth, and you and that's the other thing. You can tell you don't do it because Shay's one of my mods.
Right.
Even after this shit happened.
Even after it happens. Christy who came and apologized on Bold's panel and recollected exactly what I fucking said happened and apologized for it. Switch. Fucking apologize and recognize his part in what happened on your live. In the recording, you hear me name both of them and react to both of them. You hear them on the panel at some point. So I'm not recalling anything incorrectly. So why is it that everybody else who was present for these things have come forward to tell their part and you're the only one who is unresolved? And you saw Dontrell agree to everything that I said happened and apologize for everything that I said happened and apologize for it. So whether he took accountability for something that he didn't mean or he lied or whatever, you were present for that. So why is it that you still get to hold this idea that me and Wawa have it out for you and we're the fucking problem? Because I made a statement, because it's true. That coupled with what you said yesterday about, oh, I called him and she handed him the phone. Why did you call him on the back end, but you hollering at me on the front end?
I'm saying a man accused of actually crossing people's boundaries in real life.
Well, why you? He get a phone call.
He get a
Oh
phone
wow!
call. Oh,
It's
And you
easier to
you,
get
you
your
tried to
story
eat with
straight.
that.
That's
Exactly,
why.
because it's easy to get your story straight, and that's exactly where I was going with that. I don't buy it for a fucking second. That little performative shit, I clocked it. You getting up in that box, get off the line, bro. Nobody cares about you. Get the fuck out of here. That's not enough.
Uh, yeah, I
That's not
know
enough.
that.
That wasn't enough. You had an opportunity. You should have fucking cussed until that man kicked you out that box. I wouldn't give a fuck if you only got 12 cuss words out before he dropped you. At least you tried. Because you can't control the fact that he's going to drop you and not let you back up there. But he let you up there long enough for you to get out a full 2, 3 minutes worth of sentences. And not one of them times did you address him or say, I need to talk to you. We need to have a fucking conversation. These are the things that I wanted to say to you. If he dropped you, he didn't want to talk to you, that would have been on him. But that's not what you did. You chose to utilize your time and tell him, get out the app. Nobody cares about you. People do care. And you knew fucking people cared. But you don't think about how that impacted the people who actually did fucking care. What you hosting all of these lives for, calling him out if you didn't have shit to say to him when you had the opportunity? And the people who cared showed that they cared, because when those people got up into that fucking box, it showed that they cared. It showed that the people wanted to address him. And even if he would have listened to you and got off the fucking live, you wasn't gonna be no motherfucking help. Because people wanted to address him. And who the fuck did you think you was to try to take that from them because you wanted to puff out your fucking chest? So you came up in the live yesterday to yell at me and Wawa because you didn't like the fact that I said that. And I'm standing by it. How much fucking money is it gonna take for you to be who the fuck you say that you are? Because you didn't start doing all of this shit until the money started fucking flowing in. Because
Yeah.
I was there from the very first time you joined the
Well,
fucking
hold
panel.
on.
real quick,
We're not
we're
doing the
not. Yeah,
transphobia.
I have to address it. I have no. I don't care how much y'all dislike somebody or whatever. We're not doing the transphobia. We can't. We're not doing it. It's not okay. You can talk about if you don't like somebody's talking points or whatever, but we're not. We're not gonna go at any parts of anybody's identity or nothing like that. We're not gonna do none of the anti shit. I can't. We're not. It's not okay.
This may not be my place to say, but maybe some other people who are femme presenting on the panel can speak on it. But I've seen um, female femme presenting people do the same thing that Sean was doing, and they are female and they are black women. You know what I mean? So I don't think that Sean being trans is necessarily what's preventing them from understanding. You know
Right.
what I mean? So like I don't
Pygmishas exist.
yeah, so I
And
don't know why we're
I'm not even
using
trying to call Sean a pygmisha, but I will say that a lot of people give a lot of deference to their friends. I don't do that. Even my friends know that. They know they on the chopping block. If somebody say I wasn't there, well, what the fuck happened?
how we speak to each other because
No,
I
they couldn't hang. They couldn't fucking hang.
don't.
I remember that one time that person was accusing Queen of something. I wasn't around. I said, "Oh, I was asleep. So let's figure it out. What happened? Let's host a live and let's get the receipts. Let's go." Cause I'm not, and she does that to me too though. Because my friends actually give a fuck. Let's get the receipts. Let's go. Cause I'm not, and she does that to me too though. Because my friends actually give a fuck about whether I look like an idiot out in these motherfucking streets. And she'd have pulled me aside and I'd be like, "Yo, bitch, I'm about to go snap. What do you think?" She said, "Bitch, you overreacted. If you don't shit the fuck down."
Right. And that's all it takes. And that's why I said what I said. Like, I appreciate Black Swan being able to say, like, hey, that's my friend, but I understand that he was wrong. And that's it. And people get sensitive about that and think that because you do it, that that's what everybody else's agenda is. Saying what you did or saying what
Bitch, you overreacted. If you don't shit the fuck down.
Right. And that's all it takes. And that's why I said what I said. Like, I appreciate Black Swan being able to say, like, hey, that's my friend, but I understand that he was wrong. And that's it. And people get sensitive about that and think that because you do it, that that's what everybody else's agenda is. Saying what you did or saying what you did publicly doesn't mean that I'm trying to persuade everybody else that it happened. But once you hear me talking about my story and you want to rebut that, then yeah, now we have to have a conversation. That's it. It's simple. And even if you still disagree with how the events, saying what you did or saying what you did publicly doesn't mean that I'm trying to persuade everybody else that it happened. But once you hear me talking about my story and you want to rebut that, then yeah, now we have to have a conversation. That's it. It's simple. And even if you still disagree with how the events took place, a conversation was had, but it's not going to change the fact that that's still how I feel. And even to this day, I'm still saying the same thing. I feel like it's performative, and I feel like you did not utilize that moment appropriately. And I feel as though even still, you're concerned about what platform the people are having these conversations on instead of like noticing the fact that the same people keep showing up for each other. The same people keep sticking up for each other. They keep defending each other. I haven't seen y'all nowhere. I haven't seen y'all in any of these spaces saying anything. It's always the same people coming to each other's aid and rescue, the same people. There should have never been no, if you was in the queue, why was your name not called out as a person who needed to be let up? I heard RTP. I ain't hear you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I
They
know
did
good
not.
motherfucking well they would have never chose RTP over you.
Correct.
So who
They
you
would have
think you
called.
fucking fooling? They would have called your name and said Solid is in the fucking request. Let him up. I never heard your name. I never even seen you in the fucking comments saying let me up, nigga. I got
I
something to
didn't believe
say.
that shit. If you was in the queue, you most definitely would have been brought to the fucking. Most definitely.
Yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Oh, you can see who's in the queue now. Somebody probably got a screenshot, to be honest.
And that's why we need to stop playing, baby, because everything is fucking recorded on these streets. Whether people agree to it or not, somebody gonna clip you and record you. And then it's crazy how you say it's messy talk because people be recording on YouTube and then simultaneously ask for a fucking clip to prove my case. Which is it?
The same clip you tried to weaponize against me when I originally wanted to pull it.
Come on.
Make up your motherfucking mind.
Make up your mind.
Y'all want receipts or you don't? But Joy, do you actually
But I sent
that
that
or
clip of
not?
Banana and Solomon.
You got the one for Banana and Solomon? Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. I got it, baby.
So what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys were saying something at the same
You had
time.
messaged me in the chat. You didn't know if I wanted. Did you want me to play the Solid clip?
No, I was just asking what y'all wanted to do. That's all. I was just trying to make sure you guys did what you needed to do, and I wasn't sure.
Yes, that's up to you. Were y'all? Because she said there's more people here. I don't know if they're the same people that were in Solid's live last night. If y'all want to hear the clip from the original issue that happened with Solid and Queen from January 3rd, 2023.
Yeah,
you can do a poll.
yeah. Can a mod start a poll to see if y'all we need either do the 2023 clip or no?
They saying yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Oh, you came in late.
Yeah.
Hey, Joy.
People. Yeah.
The next time I want to escape accountability, I'm going to go off the app for a month, okay?
All right. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't say we ran you off though, and then come back on.
He said, "Do all the clips.
Do all the clips. Do them
all of them.
Y'all are wild.
Do them all." Because I know some of y'all was over here acting crazy in Jones' live too. People was talking shit. Some of y'all was trying to talk shit to me too. I remember names. I mean, I remember everything like Queen does, but I remember names and people talking shit to me. But that's all right. I'll let you see it. What are we? Do you also want? Dang, I haven't seen this person in a long time.
Ooh.
Of this clip. This banana clip.
Are you about to play the clip on Solomon? Because I don't know that one.
Both of them.
Yeah.
They said all of them.
Yeah, they said play all of them.
Can we start with the Solomon clip since it's new?
Yeah.
Shorter?
Yeah, all of the above.
Yeah. This one's only 6 minutes. So.
Oh, yeah. Because ours is a half hour. God.
Hold on, y'all. Let me see.
In that way, I would have still said something.
Okay, so this is in Drop ATL's live. And I think who's in the panel is
Rest in peace.
Oh.
Peace Drop.
Yes, rest easy.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
That's why you hadn't seen them, y'all.
Oh, I didn't know.
You good. I just wanted to make sure we put that out there.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I did not know. But yeah, but it's Scrooge, Solomon, Beth. I haven't seen that person, and Quintessa.
Etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Because if it had been Beth speaking, you know what I'm saying? And that same action was done in that way, I would have still said something. So I didn't tone police her because Solomon's black and I'm black, and I don't care who was talking at the time.
That's not what I was stating either, but Banana was just trying to come in and be like, hey, but hold on, the flaw in the logic.
I didn't even hear her. I didn't hear Banana.
I heard Banana. But what I'm saying is this. The thing is, it's not going to be done that way.
Like if you want to come up in there, I did not hear Banana saying that. So the only thing I heard was Banana just talking. I didn't hear Banana say, "Can you hold on a second?" Now you know me at every live. I'm very super patient. There's been lives where I would sit in an hour, not say a word before I say anything. You know.